In this 5-minute fashion portfolio critique, we're looking at work by Lisa Sheridan. Now, Lisa has a plethora of experience in the industry with various categories from kids to men's to women's. So let's take a look at what Lisa has in her portfolio. The first category she's representing is kids wear. So she's got various capsule collections that she's showing in the kids wear market. And at a glance, what I first want to see before we get to any of the CAD work is I want to see some inspiration. So we've got some illustrations here and they're really fun and have a lot of character to them, but I want to see some inspiration. Where did all of these ideas for these designs come from? There's a lot of work on here, from silhouettes to prints to patches to graphics, and I want to know, where did this inspiration come from? What drove this collection? So show me some type of collage or mood board that started out and turned into this assortment here. Again, I talk about this in the Ultimate Guide to Creating Your Fashion Portfolio, and I call it the process portfolio. So show me what your process was as a designer. Now, if you didn't go through a process for whatever long list of reasons, and anyone out there may argue with this, but sometimes we don't go through a mood board and an inspiration process. Sometimes we're given design direction from a buyer or a salesperson or upper management to just make it like this, then you need to go backwards and you need to create the inspiration that would have led to this. I know it may sound backwards, it may sound like cheating, and it's very controversial that I say this, but let me tell you, this is how the design world works. Sometimes there's not this amazing mood board and inspiration process. You need to make that up and you need to show it. Okay, I talk about all of this in the Ultimate Guide. Again, it's all linked below this video, but show me that. Where did these ideas come from? Show me that what your process is as a designer. So we browse through, and again, we've got more styles. I want to see, again, where did the color inspiration, the print inspiration, the trend, the silhouette and trend inspiration come from? This is great. We've got some great silhouettes shown next to the actual finished garment. I love this here because I really get to see that Lisa's CAD work is a direct representation of what the finished garment looks like in real life. This is quite accurate interpretation, what we have here. I would love if I could see these a little bit closer. I don't know the constraints of putting your portfolio on styleportfolios.com, but I would love to see these a little bit bigger. The resolution is quite small and I can't really see the detail. So again, she's got some great work. We've got boys. This is fantastic. So again, I would really encourage you, Lisa, to take each of these projects and build out the process portfolio. So show me the initial trend inspiration that drove the prints, the silhouettes, and the color. Then show me the CAD work. Then show me the finished products. I think if you walk me through that process in your portfolio, it's really going to stand out in a big way to hiring managers. The next thing we have is we have women's and men's product. Now, to me, this is starting to feel like a disconnect. I talk a lot about how your portfolio should speak to a specific niche market. If you have a couple different niches and categories that you're going after, then design a couple different portfolios. And this is why I recommend over and over and over to designers to put your portfolio together as PDFs so that you can control what the hiring manager sees. As a hiring manager for a kids brand, I don't really care about men's and women's product. No offense to the great work that you've done, but it's really irrelevant to me. So as I browse through this, I'm really kind of confused as a hiring manager for a kids wear brand. If you could just curate and hand deliver on a silver platter to me a hand selected assortment of just kids, that is going to speak way more to me than me getting distracted by women's and men's product. The last thing we have is some graphic work. And so clearly Lisa has a broad skill set and she can do all of these graphics. But what I would really say to her is that some of these graphics are feeling a little bit irrelevant for me as a hiring manager for a fashion company. So if these are graphics that were actually printed on garments, I think those are great, and you seem to have those represented right here. So I get that. I see that within this design board here. I don't necessarily think you need to show a separate section with the graphics that you've done, specifically the graphics that don't directly relate to the fashion product at the end of the day. Again, if you're going after graphic design work and you want to showcase other stuff, that really needs to stand on its own as a separate portfolio. Otherwise, it's a big disconnect to me as the hiring manager. So Lisa, you have a ton of great work here, and I think with just a little bit of editing, I think you could delete some things and you could add some things to really create a few projects that show me the process portfolio. You would be killing it. It would really take your portfolio to the next level and speak to those hiring managers. So think about what market you're going after and how can you show them your entire process from start to finish for that specific category. Again, you guys, for more resources on getting your fashion portfolio together, check out my guide, Ultimate Guide to Creating Your Fashion Portfolio. It's absolutely free. All the resources I've mentioned in this video are linked down below, and you can check that out below the video. Thanks for watching this 5-minute fashion portfolio critique. Talk to you guys soon.